Hi there, TikTakers! Soon it will be the International Pride Day, and to celebrate it, we bring you some definitions of gender that still raise many questions in society. But first of all, we must know the difference between sex, gender, and identity. Biological sex, or sex assigned at birth, is a label based on genes, hormones, and genitalia, distinguished as male, female, or intersexual, when there is a variation in the reproductive organs that doesn't fit either. Gender would be the label that we put on in society. This term is governed by cultural rules or norms. It includes the roles and expectations that society has about behaviors, thoughts, and characteristics assigned to a person. An identity is the perception and personal manifestation of one's own person. That is, how we feel inside and how we decide to express our gender or the decision not to belong to any. Summarizing it in a simple way, sex would be how we're born, gender how society labels us, and identity how we perceive ourselves. Knowing this, we can make two large groups. Among people who identify with the sex they have at birth, who are called cisgender, and those who don't identify with their sex, who would be transgender people. Many have the idea that there are only two genders, masculine and feminine, what we know as gender binarism. But far from this position, we explain other definitions. Non-binary people are those who don't feel categorized as masculine or feminine and refuse to identify with a pole. They are against gender binarism, where only two categories are contemplated. The term queer is used to describe people whose gender identities or sexual orientation are outside traditional social norms, with a general term that encompasses them all. However, due to its historical use as a derogatory term, not all members of the LGBT community are comfortable with this classification. Gender non-conformity defines people who have a gender expression that doesn't conform to traditional norms. This concept is commonly used to refer to people who identify as cisgender, but who dress or behave in a way that defies conventional stereotypes. Pangender describes a person who identifies with many genders. They don't go from one identity to another. They identify themselves with several identities simultaneously and permanently. Non-binary, queer, gender non-conforming, and pangender are just four of the many terms that people who don't feel defined by the gender binary identify with. These definitions vary from one community to another. Not all people agree with these descriptions, so we should only use these terms towards someone when the person feels that it describes them. The most important thing is that we are tolerant TikTakers. We don't judge anyone based on their gender identity, sexual orientation, or the way they dress or speak. We all have the right to be happy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!